What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got my next entry in my top 20 all-time favorite horror movie films. I've been counting backwards from 20 to 1 for the last 20 days, with the number one entry being revealed on Halloween morning. I'm very excited about this. Again, it's not the best horror movie list or the best in a certain genre. It is my favorite 20 horror films, mixing a few old in with a few new. We've got to number 14 now, so if you guys have not seen 20 through 15, I've been posting one a day. Go back and check those out. They're brief reviews on each movie. They're pretty quick watches. They're easy to watch. They're fun. So 20 through 15 is already up. Today I'm on number 14. I'm going to make it very quick because I am very sick and I'm recording two today. Under the weather, but my number 14 entry is a throwback classic. I'm going old school on this one. I just rewatched this again the other day, and it holds up very, very well. It is the original 1959 House on Haunted Hill, starring Vincent Price. This is the definition of good atmospheric horror. I love this classic black and white film. Again, I just watched it recently again on a compilation DVD. It's excellent. Vincent Price is special in this movie. It was directed by William Castle in 1959, again starring Vincent Price. There are spoilers in this, so if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, pause the video and go watch it. But brief synopsis, Vincent Price and his wife have this disdain for each other. They've been married for a long time, and she wants to kill him for his money. He's a rich entrepreneur, I guess, and he owns this creepy house that he bought several years ago. The wife and the husband have good interplay back here, back and forth. Good one-liners, good comedy stuff here. The wife wants to kill the husband hates the wife, but they're married out of disdain for each other. So the husband actually hosts this party in the wife's name to gather, six strangers they host of different backgrounds. And they offer, I think it's $100,000 maybe. Maybe it's $10,000. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the details. I'm really sick. But they host six different strangers from different parts of the world to come to this mansion, this haunted mansion, and stay overnight. And if they complete their stay without dying, they get I think it's either $10,000 or $100,000. We'll say $10,000 a piece here. And of course, there's a bunch of spooky things going on throughout the house. The movie opens with an awesome narration for Vincent Price. You just see his face in the black and white afterglow talking about this haunted house. And you have the one soothsayer character that comes in. Again, you have you have one news reporter. They all need the money. They're all staying there for the money. So they decided they're going to take them up on this offer. And you see a bunch of just different spooky stuff. This, again, having this big creepy mansion on this haunted hill. Amazing atmosphere, one of the best backgrounds and atmospheres in this entire thing. Incredibly well shot. Very good use of the camera here. Way ahead of its time for 1959. The narration from Vincent Price is excellent. Sets the scene very well for this spooky undertone about to happen. And again, you have some really good scares. You have the cast kind of breaking apart, going their separate ways, touring this awesome spooky mansion. You have a lady wound up being hung on the stairs. You have another thing where these guys are in the basement and get separated via hidden walls. There are a lot of hidden rooms behind these doors, and you see ghosts coming towards them. Again, it's considered cheesy nowadays, but for 59, very good atmosphere, good jump scares. Really enjoyed this. If you like haunted mansions, I think this is the best haunted mansion ground movie of all time, in my opinion. And again, do a lot to the host Vincent Price in this. And then you have the soothsayer character who comes in, whose brother used to own the house, and he's seen murders in this house. And he's the one sort of saying, hey, you guys are going to all regret this. We shouldn't be staying here. The ghosts are coming for us. And he's sort of the crazy Ralph character ahead of his time from Jason Voorhees. This guy comes and he's setting the environment. He's being the foreboding gloom and doom character, which he does very, very well. I didn't write his name down, but he's excellent in this film. It winds up being a plot twist, again, spoilers. It winds up being one of the characters doing the murders with Vincent Price's wife. They're plotting to try and kill Vincent Price, so they're setting up all these murders. The one confusing thing is why they chose these particular people. It says that Vincent Price chose strangers, and it winds up being that he chose somebody who is working with his wife to kill him. So it's kind of convoluted there, and you're kind of wondering why this guy was chosen in the first place. That's sort of the one black mark on the film. But again, it's done so well, and the script is so ahead of its time, and it's so action-packed. The hour and 15 minutes passes very fast here. It just goes really quick, and the atmosphere is so good. But one of the house survivors is plotting with Vincent Price's wife to kill him. Vincent Price figures this out and kills the guy himself, and throws him in this vat where other souls have been thrown. This acid stuff that kills the body. Vincent Price confesses he finds out that the guy was plotting with his wife to kill him. He will now go, he says, to see if justice will claim him or not, whether he was in the right or wrong for doing this. Goes and confesses himself to the police. But the drunk, crazy soothsayer looks at the camera at the end, breaks the fourth wall, again ahead of its time, talks directly to the audience and says that the ghost will come after him and then will eventually come after us too. So very cool gloom and doom ending, looking at the camera ahead of its time. Very well paced, very well acted, good little twist back in the day, good narration. Everything is done very well, and Vincent Price, of course, being who he is. So what'd you guys think of this film? If you have not seen it, what'd you think of it? The remake was not a bad remake. I think it was done 40 years later, maybe, in 99 or something like that, maybe. Anyway, what'd you guys, if you saw the remake, what'd you think of that as well? But what do you think of my number 14 entry, the original House on Haunted Hill? Tell me down below. Too high or too low on the list? And what are your lists? Again, guys, I'll be shooting my number 13 video right after this. So I will see you guys with number 13 coming up next. Lock your doors, dim the lights, stay scared, and enjoy the movies. Happy October.